A few things. First, just to review the history here, the Saudis had conveyed to us, both privately as well as publicly, their intention to reduce oil production, which they knew would increase Russian revenues and potentially blunt the effectiveness of sanctions. We made clear that that would be the wrong direction. On that basis alone, the impact that it would have potentially on sanctions, but also because we're in a global economic recovery. The recovery is fragile. We're dealing with headwinds from COVID. We're also dealing with headwinds from the Russian aggression itself. And so now is not the time to take energy off the market. For many, many months now, President Biden has been making clear that our goal when it comes to energy is to make sure that there is enough supply on world markets to meet demand. And particularly as we head into to winter in various places around the world, that's even more important. And so that was the lens through which we saw the OPEC decision. They also presented no market basis for the cuts. We said that to them, and we suggested that if they did have concerns about prices going down significantly, if their objective was to keep prices at a certain level, they should wait and see how markets reacted over the coming weeks, and wait at least till their next monthly meeting. So that's what we strongly urged them to do for the reasons I just said. They didn't do it. And as you know, we are not only deeply disappointed in that, we think it's short-sighted, and as the President's made very clear, that decision has to have consequences, and that's something that we're reviewing as we speak. The President's also made clear that given the strong bipartisan reaction against the OPEC Plus decision, that he wants to consult with leaders of Congress when they come back from the campaign trail to look at the most effective steps that we can take moving forward, keeping in mind that we have a multiplicity of interests with Saudi Arabia, and our policies need to reflect that. From before he was president, the President's made clear that we need to recalibrate the relationship with Saudi Arabia. We've been engaged in doing that for the better part of 2 years. We've taken a number of steps last year, including the focus on human rights, the efforts to end the war in Yemen, policies on arms sales. And that process is now continuing with one goal in mind, to make sure that the relationship between the United States and Saudi Arabia more effectively addresses and advances our interests.